Yeah, could I have a medium Big Whopper meal, please, with a Diet Coke, please? Thank you. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry, just ordering my Burger King. Welcome back to my beach park Funfair series. I'm a bit out of it now at the moment. So in the last episode, we built this Burger King, as well as a few more attractions within the park. We also built this little walkway. And we also built these go-karts over here. I have briefly, before starting this episode, just kind of finished off decorating the end of the go-karts. I say decorating, it's you know what this series is now. It's minimalistic. It's sort of cheap, tacky, Funfair amusement kind of style park at a coastal resort. So there isn't loads of theming. It is a basic shed. So what I've done is on the exit path, I put a little car there just for people to look at. And I've also put a little podium where people can go and have photos, but they won't because they don't do that. But the idea was there anyway. So I've thought I'd just put in that and kind of finish off this little area. I think this looks really nice and neat now. So yeah, that's the go-karts. The reason I'm showing you this way is because, ever the professional I am, I have forgotten to do a bit of an intro. So behind me is the latest attraction, and I didn't want to delete it before showing you it. So I have decided to build a wooden roller coaster. This idea was suggested by Cats and Coasters, so thank you very much for the idea. They suggested to build a 100-year-old Woody. And that's exactly what I've done. So I've taken a bit of inspiration from Roller Coaster, and that is the name of the ride, Roller Coaster at Great Yarmouth, which is essentially, it's a very similar sort of style and layout to this. Not an exact replica or anything, but it's what I've kind of themed it off. So it is essentially just a wooden coaster that goes back and forth until it goes, and kind of gets lower every time. It does have panelling along the outside here. Now, I'm not sure if I like that or not. I'm not sure what to do with that. If I just quickly show you what it looks like without it. That's what it looks like without. Do I keep it? Do I get rid? Do I panel the whole thing? Let me know, because I'm not really sure what I like at the moment. I really don't know whether to keep that and maybe decorate it, put some lights on, put like the name of the ride or something on, or do I just get rid? So yeah, please let me know, as I'm being really indecisive about it, and it took me ages to finally just settle and think I'll just let the viewers decide, because yeah, it's a decision I'm not 100% sure on. But anyway, the roller coaster itself, so it's two trains. It's block sectioned. You've got this little station here, so I've called it the wooden one. Again, being very unimaginative with the names. You don't tend to get like backstories or any sort of theme to these sort of coasters at these sorts of places. As I say, the one in Great Yarmouth is just called Roller Coaster. Obviously at Blackpool we have the big one. So I thought I'd go with the wooden one. And put these little flashing lights on, make it a little bit more seaside-y, a little bit more cheap. So and then inside here we've got everybody waiting to hop on. But as you can see, let's just watch this train go around. It's not enormously fast. There's a few breaks along the way, but it's fast enough to be an old rickety wooden coaster. And I like the way that it kind of fits on the end of the park there. I have changed, you may notice I've changed the brick wall down here and put the mesh fencing along the edge. And I've put it all the way down here. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be using the wooden panels here or not. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let me know what you guys think. If there's anything you think you'd change. Should I put a little maintenance shed here? Could maybe have like a mini transfer track going off or something, or maybe adding onto the side of the building just here. Who knows? yeah, let me know if there's anything you would change about that. So yeah, that's the first attraction that's going in. We will be putting in something along here, which I've not decided yet. I have a load of suggestions after the first video went out, so thank you very, very much for that. Really appreciate it. Some great ideas, and I will go through some of those, and if I think they are workable and doable, I will certainly do my best to put them in. And then I also need to do something to kind of fill off this big square just here at the end of this section. I'm happy that the tree line here is going to be the end of it. So it's just something in this gap here to fill that void. And then just buildings along this edge and in the gap between the road and the park itself. And then I also need to come up with a park entrance. I'm not just leaving it like that. Admittedly, it's not going to be too grand of an entrance because they aren't normally at these places. But it needs to be something. And I may have to change like where the path goes and stuff to make it work. But yeah, that will probably be one of the last things I do, to be fair, the park entrance. As weird as that sounds. It'll be certainly something I do before I finish off this section. But yeah, that's the update for now. I'll come back once I've added probably a few more attractions and a few more bits in the park, and then 1 or 2 buildings down the street. So yeah, I will see you shortly. Right then, final update. There's been a lot of work between the building of the roller coaster. So yeah, I'll run you through these updates, and then we'll finish the video with a POV on the wooden one. So just outside the exit of the wooden one, we've got just a little shed basically that sells on-ride photos. There's a bit of backstage stuff just there. Safety fencing in front of the ride, just because obviously roller coasters are a lot more hazardous to be up close to. We've got a Dodgems down here. Now the Dodgems don't seem to get many guests at the moment. There is 2 poor cars running around there, and they're not even crashing into each other. It's a very sorry sight at the moment. They've got 2 friends coming down here now, but it's a very sorry sight at the moment. I'm hoping by building more attractions over this side of the park that more guests will come over, because at the minute everyone kind of sticks to this side, as you can see by the queue lines. So yeah, that's what's happening down there. What else have we done? So put the Dodgems in. Over this way we put a scissor. This is a classic one. This was suggested by 1 or 2 people, so thank you very much for the comments just here showing the suggestion for the scissor. Yeah, it's definitely the right sort of ride for this park. One that will just slot in, doesn't need any theming to it. It's got enough flashing lights on it. It just sits on tarmac and does its job. So yeah, great selection there. We've got another midway game here. I have just obviously duplicated the other one, the other ring toss just down the other side. When I put another midway game in over this section, I will end up sort of changing it and putting a new one in, but figured that the same one could be repeated twice at least. Another toilet block, and then over here we have a beachside cafe. Now this was suggested by MavsFam4, so his comment just here, you can see he requested a beachside cafe using one ingredient, which was spam, and to call it MavSpam4 cafe. So that's what I've done. There's a little beachside decking area just there built into the sand, and it's very popular because I've put a chief beef and a gulpy soda in there, along with a toilet and a staff room. So yeah, it does get very busy down here, and it has seemed to it's definitely increased the footfall down this section, that is for sure. So yeah, that's the little beachside hut. I quite like that. I quite like the little shack on the side, and I wasn't thinking of that until he suggested it. So yeah, thank you very much, Mavs, for that one. Right, and then we'll go back to the high street, and we will look at, first of all, we've just got an apartment block. Doesn't, it's not taken much to design that, but I figured that an apartment block on the front would fit in well on the high street. And then if we go up to the roof, we have a helicopter on a helipad, just because why not? Figured if it's going to be a tall building, might as well have a helipad next to it. So the high street is definitely coming on now. And then next door we have Lucky Strike, which is an arcade. So this is my arcade. Thank you again to Brivades. Anytime I put arcades in any parks, Brivades has got some fantastic designs on the workshop. There's no point in me spending time trying to build my own, because these are as perfect as you could get for games. So I absolutely love the racing ones. The Daytona racing games are just so good. Massive shout out to him for that, because his creations just make these things look so much more realistic. We've got the standard, obviously, claw machines and stuff at the front here. The guests, are they coming down this way? No. The guests can use some of these, because which one can they use? Is it this one? No, it's not that one. It might be this one. Maybe not. I'm going to keep guessing here. This one. There we go. Because I've just put an ATM inside. So occasionally, if the guests need an ATM, these guys are coming down. There we go. I will use these to demonstrate. So they'll come in here and they will end up using the machine, hopefully, or they're just going to keep walking. Nope, they're going to walk in. Where are they going to go? This is tense. See if they use it. Yeah. Although I'll tell you what I find really weird is that when guests use the ATM, the whole family or group of friends go to the ATM. You would never do that in real life. You would wait and give the person privacy using the ATM. But there we go. That's my arcade, Lucky Strike. Quite pleased with that. I think it's simplistic, but it does the job. So very pleased with that. As I say, the high street is certainly coming along now with the buildings. I just need to fill out a little bit more down this side, and then this gap down here, along with the other edge of this. It's certainly taking shape. That's for sure. As I've been building this, I've been thinking I may see if there's any interest in people wanting to build their own park within this sort of footprint. I may upload the map itself to the workshop. I'll probably leave the buildings on the outside and the go-karts maybe. But I will leave this bit empty, and I'll see what people want to build, and I can maybe spotlight them. That's a sort of idea I've got in my head at the minute. Let me know if that would be something of interest to you, we can certainly look at doing that. I think to end the video, we'll take a ride. I'm going to pause this here just so we can catch this train. I think we'll end the video by watching the POV of the wooden one. So. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Failing that, after the POV, I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy.